Hello, guys. How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? Hey, I wanted to just come on here for a quick live per request, just a little chit chat. I got something in the works. We're trying to do something fun. I want to just talk about the tension here. The tension in Dalton, you just can't make this up. Some people probably don't experience the tension because they're part of a group, if you will. But it's a lot of people that stay alone, stand alone here, and they really deal with the tension. So before we get this live started, we're gonna watch a video I did earlier as a countdown while I wait for the room to load. And I just want to talk about some stuff. I want to go over Conscious video too that she did today. And choose compassion. And I want to talk about it because it just gives you a different element of where it is in the Southland other than what the news show you. Okay, so first of all, before we get to Dalton, did y'all see what that teacher, the superintendents in St. Louis, the St. Louis school board? I have a lot of friends from St. Louis. They say that they have the best, I'm hungry all the time. They said St. Louis has the best fried rice you could get. So I've never had it yet, but they say it's really good there. But yeah, I want to talk about what's going on with the school board. So $1.7 million, $1.7 million. You hear me, guys? $1.7 million spent in a year. In a year. Now, when we're talking about this one superintendent. Now, when we finish with her, and this is in St. Louis, they got rid of her and they hired another doctor. And I was following the story and I'm like, oh my goodness, she looks so promising. This is going to be so cool. They got rid of the woman that was spending money on Bath and Body Works. And then the other superintendent, the interim, in less than well, no, what's this? 7 months ago, she went to Japan. She went to Japan on a taxpayer dime. Let's take a listen. Y'all let me know your thoughts. And thanks for joining me. Hit the like button, and then we're going to have some chit chat. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So do you remember Bath and Body Works? Oh my God, the annual candle sale is happening right now, but I digress. You know what? It brings back so much nostalgia for me. I used to spend all day at the mall picking out my favorite lotion and sprays, and my go-to was sweet pea. But if I was feeling a little adventurous, I'd go for cucumber melon. What was your favorite? Let me know. So that's not we're here today. Why we're here today? We need to talk about the St. Louis public school system and Dr. Keisha and some troubling news. The former superintendent who was laid off this summer spent taxpayer dollars using credit cards improperly. Yes, again, here we are, taxpayer dollars being used incorrectly. I know we all complain about high taxes in certain areas, but yes, a lot of it comes from the school system. I just learned that recently and it's very eye opening. Under this superintendent, who was only there for a year, over $1.7 million was spent on more than 21 different credit cards. Some of them used to purchase Ubers, Bath and Body Works, DoorDash, and so on and so on. Let's listen to this clip.
Travel, food, and entertainment all on St. Louis Public Schools' dime. Staffers spent more than $1.5 million under former Superintendent Dr. Keisha Scarlett. Now every district credit card is suspended. Our Megan Kernan sat down with the interim superintendent who's addressing the credit card spending for the first time. Megan.
Mike, SLPS is continuing their commitment to be transparent with the public and step up oversight. The district was given 11 recommendations in the audit last week. Tonight, interim superintendent Dr. Millicent Bordachade says they've already followed through on some of those by hiring a new internal auditor and board secretary, as well as collecting and putting a hold on all district issued credit cards.
Our community, our staff, our students, everyone deserves the truth.
Nearly $1.7 million charged on district-issued credit cards. It was during former Superintendent Dr. Keisha Scarlett's one-year run that she and her staffers used 21 cards to buy things like flights, hotels, and meals.
I just know that there was a lot of spending.
Thousands spent on DoorDash and Uber rides, plus multiple trips to Bath and Body Works.
We absolutely need to do better.
It was interim superintendent Dr. Bordeshade who put the freeze on all 21 credit cards, including her own.
Just to get a handle on who has credit cards, why do they have credit cards, and what is being spent.
On top of protocols and daily limits, staffers signing out a credit card will have to get it approved through the finance department and Bordeshade.
I want to make sure that it is crystal clear about how credit cards will be signed out, what the acceptable charges can be. I think that was something that was missing. We didn't have specific merchant credits or specific people that you can purchase from. I think you could purchase from anyone.
Now, one school board member is calling for a criminal investigation of the credit card spending and wants the district to be reimbursed for the transactions. How do you prevent the credit card spending, the misuse of credit card spending from happening again?
So with more eyes on who is using the credit cards and what they're using them for, there's an opportunity for me to question the why.
As for the future, Bordeshade wants her role to become permanent.
I can see myself as the St. Louis Public School Superintendent, Dr. Millicent Bordeshade.
Now, all the credit cards will stay suspended until the district has protocols in place. Bordeshade says the school board will have a special closed meeting on Thursday to discuss their plan for credit card spending.
Guys, that was interesting. And thank goodness we now have Dr. Bordeshade that will stand up for the rights of, wait, 1 second. This just incoming.
10 seconds later.
Misspending. It is the latest in a string of problems plaguing the district.
First Alert 4 investigator David Emilani getting answers from the district's interim superintendent after social media posts link a family member to a district trip to Japan for an educators conference.
Each and every day, I still worked while I was in Japan. I followed the delegation and I worked, attended meetings here. So it was 11 p.m. in Japan and it was 8 a.m. here and I was still working.
From your experience in education, normal for a school district to send its leaders to like Japan for a conference?
Absolutely. There were leaders from all over the place.
Did you require employees who report to you to submit receipts of their expenses?
Everybody is supposed to submit receipts.
First Alert 4 investigates sitting back down with interim superintendent Millicent Bordeshade after we uncovered these social media posts of her adult daughter trying on authentic Japanese attire and eating sushi on TikTok. This trip was highlighted in a third-party report looking at questionable spending of Dr. Keisha Scarlett released last week. The report found several trip and meal violations conflicting with district policy.
How did that trip help SLPS students, and why was your daughter on that trip? Was that trip for her paid by SLPS, by taxpayer dollars?
I paid for that trip and I have receipts that indicate that I paid for her trip to Japan.
There is a paper trail. Only First Alert 4 Investigates has this expense report for Boreshade's personal credit card. It shows she purchased an airline ticket with United to take off May 13th for $1,800. Her daughter, Alexis, is listed as the passenger. There are also two purchases further down, $6,400 and $1,200. Boreshade says this was the cost of the conference package for her daughter to attend. Again, she says on her personal dime. She would not explain why her daughter was on the trip.
Everything that happened in Japan that relates to me was taken care of by the district. Anything that was related to my daughter was taken care of by me.
We've had a lot of the district's finances come to light in the last week. How are you communicating that to teachers and the district? What does that look like?
I had an opportunity to meet with our principals to share with them that the audit was done, complete, and there were recommendations. And we've turned in all of the credit cards. And so we're going to make sure that we have merchant controls so that you can only purchase or use the credit card for a specific purchase. And I think that was something that was missing in the past.
Something I've previously reported is thousands of dollars in meals at high-end restaurants. We found inside former Superintendent Dr. Keisha Scarlett's credit card expenses. I asked Borishade if she was on those trips. She says yes, and that she had no idea Dr. Scarlett was spending taxpayer dollars to cover her bill. You can see all 250 plus pages of the district's credit card expenses. So look through yourself inside your First Alert 4 News app. For First Alert 4 Investigates, I'm David Emilati.
I believe the children are the future as well. Okay. But I think the real issue is we were so close with Dr. Buttershade. You guys let me know what you think below. She's been the interim supervisor just under 6 months. And then you have Dr. Keisha, who was there only a year, and under her tenure, $1.7 million was spent. And now we go over to the interim superintendent, and she's already been to Japan. How does that benefit the St. Louis public school system? Let's talk about it. Let me know what's going on below and give me your thoughts. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Bye. All right, y'all. So we got the room loaded. So we got something planned for you guys. I'm glad Conscious is here. We got something planned for you guys because I think things are just getting way too tense. I don't know about you guys, but stuff is just I was watching Martin G. Johnson last night, and usually I watch Martin G. Johnson, like he comes on late. So if it's something, I just turn him on in the background, and I can listen to the people call in. And what I like about it is it's kind of funny because he's so chill, right? So because he's so chill, I just, how do y'all describe Martin? He's chill, and he's not for the nonsense. And I have no real description for Martin G. Johnson. So this is the thing with Martin. He's like doing this live stream. Tiffany Henyer is one of his popular live streams now. And his call-in room was way too different than it normally is. It was insane last night. Like normally people just call in, you get to hear, I'm anti this, I'm anti this, I'm pro this, I'm pro this, and this is the reason why. And I think it's really a good platform to have. Last night was tense. Like I started to have nightmares. It was so much anger in the chat and everything going on. So Conscious made a good video I want to play, and it was like, I always tell y'all, I can't tell you what Tiffany individually, if you're saying Tiffany approached you, did something individually, I was not there. I do not know. All I can go by is the experience and what we see, but better more than that, just the paperwork. We have to go through the paperwork. It was really interesting last night because Martin asked a simple question. It was cool. Former trustee Ed Steve called in. And so Martin asked a question on his show. He said, "What did Tiffany steal?" And I'll play it for you. And former trustee Ed Steve said, I'm not gonna say all that. I'm not gonna say it. And it was really, and Martin was like, okay, like I thought that was a little, it was cool because that's been a lot of the questions that we have been asking. What has been taken? I understand the rumors, you guys. I know what's going on. I see things like that. We get it. We've seen reports. We've heard people hearsay and things of that nature. Where's the paperwork? Where's the proof? Or what's going on? Okay. So let's get to Martin now. Let's get to Conscious video. Conscious, thanks for making this short video about Martin G. Johnson. And I just want to, I forgot to say this. Now, I didn't finish the whole show, but it was something like where they said that Martin said allegedly people were jealous of Tiffany. When I tell you his entire crowd changed and people were in the chat saying, you're getting paid by Tiffany, you're a Tiffany supporter, who's paying you? And it was like he just was having dialogue. He just was talking about it. Why, if you don't agree with something, you got to immediately be a Tiffany supporter? Now, the thing about Martin is, I think if he was a Tiffany supporter, he would say it without backpedaling. He would tell us directly. I don't believe he would just be like behind the scenes, yeah, I support you. And then, anyway, no, I don't support. I don't think he would be like that. I think he's not scared to say what is going on. So let's watch a little bit of this video. Y'all let me know what you think. Do you watch Martin's show at night? Let me know. They eated him up yesterday. Make sure you subscribe to Conscious, you guys. Conscious, if you're still here.
So I wanted to do a little reaction video, and I thought this was a interesting conversation, both from last night and the night before, with Martin Johnson about Henyard, Mayor Henyard.
And what she does, she needs more integrity. Okay, I like that. Okay. All right. Javon Rucker said, after last night's show, can't show you no love on here. You up here defending this tyrant who is abusing our blank women that you claim to love so much. Listen,
and you guys, subscribe to Martin G. Johnson. I'll put him in the chat as well. He comes on and what I like is it's uncut. So whatever you say live is live. So let's go to it.
But tell you one thing, you can say whatever you want to say. I didn't even ask you to come here. You can leave if you want to. You're welcome to leave or unsubscribe. You know, hey, if you don't like what I hear, you want to hear a lot of stuff, go to another page.
Amen. Now this is the thing, Scott. Martin will be on my iPad, but Shay will be on my TV. And even if I don't know what Shay is saying, I just hit the replay the next day or research what he's talking about. But yeah, Shay is hilarious. And make sure y'all subscribe to Late Night Crew. And it is a better note to land on all the time with Shay, because the music, I always start off dancing. Like I said, I put my beans on. So yeah, shout out to Late Night Crew for sure. And I want to add this, I couldn't finish the show. So you're absolutely right, Scott. I couldn't finish the show. It was so negative and the energy was so, like, I started to feel a little bad for Martin, because I was like, now it was 500 of y'all in here last night or the other night, not last night, when he said something about what happened with Tiffany the other day. Y'all, I can't keep up. Something happened with Tiffany the other day. Martin had 500-600 people in there. And then he must have said something, because everybody was like, nope. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Martin G. Johnson, Late Night Crew, Ed Koch's. Like, it's... Speaking of Late Night Crew, that Jay-Z stuff, he blew my head with that yesterday, Scott. I did not know all that was going on. And the mixed Money Ain't a Thing, I was up in here dancing. Yep. Thank you for the reminder, Scott. This dog is heavy.
Everybody. Trust me. That's still a sister. And I'm going to respect her as a black woman, as a black mother. Going to respect her, whether you agree with me or not. You can't tell me I'm taking up for somebody and I'm speaking truth. I'm speaking truth, sister. She's not the only one out here stealing that you guys claim. That's impossible. That's impossible for that amount of money that's coming up missing and saying that she took it. And if she did take it, allegedly take it, she didn't do it by herself. There's others.
But see, here's the thing. If you don't say what they want you to say, and I'm talking to the screaming banshees, if you don't fall in line and believe everything that comes out of their mouths, you're a Tiffany supporter. I'd like to also have people prove that I'm a Tiffany supporter. You already put out there that I am Melanie of the Lansing Journal, and you'll have to respond to her as to why she's under investigation for being me. Because you're messy. If somebody does not mimic and parrot what you're saying, you're a horrible person. You don't make
Tracy?
sense.
Hey, Chavis.
So I suggest
Hey, Tracy.
that you use a little logic before you speak on here. As a matter of fact, you're welcome to call in. You're welcome to call out. Javon Rucker, call in. 872-299-0808. I'd love to hear from you. And I want you to speak your mind. Call in. My lines are open. Or you can call the number directly over my head, 872-297-6389. Call in. This is live, uncut, and unedited. I'm not getting paid from Tiffany, nor have I had a conversation about her or with her about my lives that I picked, the things that I say on here. So for you think you're going to accuse me because I defend her on some things, that don't mean I support her. I openly said that I didn't support her. But guess what? You can't help it. You so messy. You still on this live listening. The very live that said you don't like no more, but you on here watching. Look at you. Call in. Call in with your bad self. Let me see what you know. Let me see how much knowledge you know. I'm going to test your knowledge tonight. Call in, Javon. Call in. Rucker.
But that's the thing. This person is not going to call in. They're just going to tap on the keyboard and say nothing except you're defending the tyrant. You know, people say, oh, she has a horrible wig. Just nonsense. But if somebody says something about you in that manner, you're like a pack of wolves. Like a pack of wolves. And that's just the truth. You want to sit up with your little shows that I don't watch, but I always hear about them. I can't tell you how many YouTube channels there are with fangs and fire coming out of Henyard's eyes, and that's not my thing. You know, channels need to make money. This channel does not. I put up facts that are presented to me. And people somehow infer that that is being a Tiffany supporter. So it's just nonsense.
Funny, Bernard. Bernard said, I'm voting for Tiffany. I live out in Joliet, period. Oh, wow. Got to support. Listen, you live in Joliet? Well, just call in and let me know. Educate me. I don't live in Dolton. Call in and let me know. Trust me. I ain't got no hate in my heart against you or her. You know, call in and let me know. What's wrong? Javon, come on, call in. Be a woman. Call in 872-299-0808. I want you to call in. Tell me something I don't know. Come on, help me out. I can't say nothing good about Tiffany without people thinking that I'm supporting her. Ain't that something? This reminds me of that of the presidential race. I said something good about Donald Trump. I like the fact that he's gonna get rid of the immigrants and you know, oh, there you go. You support, you know, man, people, we got to get over people. We got to quit attacking the person. Attack what they say. They say, who do you support? I support what's right. That's who I support. That's what I support. What's right. Trust me. That's what I support. I ain't got a dog fight in it. I'm not on nobody's payroll. That's who I support. Wrong is definitely wrong, and right is definitely right. Real talk. Oh, you're a 30-year resident? Well, you could tell me a whole lot then. You're a 30-year resident. Come on, educate us. Who more to speak about Dolton than a person that lived there, a resident? Come in, call in, and talk to me. Don't come in here being emotional. Don't come in with hate in your heart. Just bring me all facts. And I can't argue with the facts and the truth. All I got to say, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. And I'm willing to admit anytime that I'm wrong. All right, come on in. That's all you got to do is call in. Y'all act like y'all scared to call in. Yeah, just call in. That's all. Y'all act like I'm going to cuss you out or something. I'm not going to embarrass you or cuss you out. I'm not that type of person. I want to hear what you got to say. I definitely want to hear what you got to say.
I'm watching the chat. And I've been watching this little monkey's comments. And we can only guess at who little monkey is. And because you're being paid. Prove that. Prove that Martin Johnson is getting paid. Because we all know who's getting paid. But, you know, this woman's right. If you're not going to call in, then what's the point? You're not bringing in any facts. You just spew out stuff. See what sticks to the wall.
I'm not gonna cut you off. I'm gonna allow you to talk, to speak your piece. Come on, 30-year resident. I need you. 872-299-0808. Come on, call in. All right. Little monkey says, nobody want to call in? You still watching? All you got to do is delete yourself. I don't care about you. I'm not watching you. You watching me. I don't know who you are from a can of paint. Maybe I need to block you. Won't you call in, little monkey? Call in. Are you afraid? Yeah. All right. All right. Some people on here, they so emotional. Whatever the media tell them to hate, that's what they hate. They ain't got no love for themselves in their heart for a sister or a brother. No love at all. At all. It's real talk. We talking about a black woman tonight. I asked a question. You so worried about what I think about her. I'm asking you as a woman, as a man to a woman, is she helping or hurting the Black woman image? All you gotta do is call and respond to me. That's it. Tell me. Yeah. Yeah. That's all you got to do. Yeah. Yeah. We got a lot of politicians that are thieves, stealing. Stealing. A lot of them stealing. Now, do that make it right? No, no.
Now, I don't want to use up all the conscious video. I'm going to put it below so you guys can finish it. And she has some good, hey, Goddess, she has some good remarks about it. It was really intense last night. Even like, you know, I don't think people understand when we talk about Tiffany Henyard, what kind of energy we're letting into us. And I'm not like no deep spiritual person or anything like that. I'm like the energy. For me, just recording at the board meetings, I was like, man, the energy is so intense. I give props to Rico and Critical for being out there all the time. I wouldn't want that every day in my life. So when I go to sleep, I don't think about Tiffany Henyard. When I wake up, I don't think about Tiffany Henyard. But I know it's several people that do. And one thing I did notice when I started to see Martin getting bullied, I'm like, well, what did Martin do? Because he usually just really stays on. You can say what you want to say. He receives it and listens, or he's going to debate you. That's him. You know what I mean? It's different. But it's never any love lost. I've never seen him really fall out with anyone. He has not opened up dialogue and still allowed a conversation to come through. So that's what I like about him. I noticed, and he got to notice, as soon as you say one thing, and I don't know if anybody on the outside world, if you guys are looking at that, you could say one thing. I did a video today about Tiffany appointments today. We covered that about, hello everybody, hey Gardis, hey the Real Magnolia, everybody. So we covered Tiffany appointments today on YouTube. My video just took off because it was immediately perceived that it's like, okay, this is an anti-Tiffany video, right? The video is what I don't agree with. That's why I always tell you guys both sides. I'm sorry. Now, on this situation, I did not, for once, I guess y'all like Berg. For once, I didn't have both sides of the story for this one. I really agreed with the judge's decision this time because I felt like Ronnie Burge does not need to be recycled back into Dolton. Michael Smith, I just feel like they push him on us. Like, anytime something opens up, here come Michael Smith. Like, okay, we're going to appoint him. We're going to put him here. This is what I don't really agree with that. I feel like he's in Riverdale, which is part of Thornton Township. He comes with controversy. And until that controversy is cleared up, I think we shouldn't add to the pot. That's my thing. I just think until it's cleared up, and that's all. That's all I have to say about Michael Smith. I always say, I'm not there. I don't know what happened. This is just my analysis of it. Also, finally, I feel like we went back to court for the same thing, to fight for a village attorney. Y'all, Scott, you in here. You're really good with stuff like this. Gardis, you're in here. Y'all both good. I feel some kind of way, and it's nothing against the woman that they chose, but I feel or that the mayor chose. I feel some kind of way that it's just different lawyers popping up, even when the Blues Brothers came to town, and they popped up, and they're just sitting up there, and they're saying they're representing the village. Okay, did I miss the board meeting where the attorney Lockett even addressed the residents and told us, hey, you know what? I want to fight for Dolton. I know it's a little controversial, blah, 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 blah. Hey, I hope y'all accept me as village attorney. I'm gonna do my best, even if she was booed, if anything. I just don't recall her saying that. I just don't recall her saying anything. She just came and sat in Michael Delgado old seat or the village attorney seat. That's the stuff I don't agree with. You know what I mean? As a resident, y'all let me know your thoughts. I love to hear your thoughts. So I don't agree with those things. And then finally, I don't agree. We got to go back to court. So y'all, we paying. So now guess what? Guess what? Let's put it on the table. And this is what Conscious and I are going to have like a little warrantless video game show thingy for you guys. Hopefully, I don't know, something fun to get the pressure off, but we're still learning the facts. So guess what happened today, y'all? They went to court. This was 30 days later. Now, the decision was made. Remember, he went ahead. The judge Thaddeus said, I'm going to let you have your people for 30 days, and that's it. So the 30 days is over now. So they went back to court. So she wanted her appointments heard today. The judge said, no, we're not going to allow the appointments. But Max Solomon dropped the ball too, because he didn't file what he needed to file to double down on the appointments. So you guys, hear me out. Guess who got paid today? Scott, I put that in my last video. Insane. Scott, I don't agree with that either. You'll never hear me. I think that, I mean, did we really need a picture? We did not need a picture. Just the clothes is enough. The clothes is enough. But Scott, I'm sorry I got off topic. But if we were going to have a picture of Tiffany at the door, at least she could have said was what's along with the pictures, what is open. You know what I mean? What services are open? It could have been something listed there. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. It didn't have to be the solo picture. And it coordinated with the green. It coordinated. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Thanks for that, Scott. I felt the same way. But back to what I was saying. So let's go back to who got paid. Thank you, Tracy. Max Solomon got paid. He gonna send billable hours. Not Delgado. What's his name? What's our guy name? Bert Odelson office gonna send billable hours to the village. So you got Max gonna bill us. Bert gonna bill us. Miss Lockett gonna bill us because she's still technically working as a village attorney. She gonna bill us. Okay, so that's 3 bills right there for the back and forth. And no telling who else had an attorney, but that's just 3 right there. Tree. Okay, so enough is enough. Do we got money? Do we not got money? What is going on? How are we able to still play these games last minute? Now we down to Thornton Township main building being closed. A lot of things that they don't cover on the news is Thornton Township also has a building in Riverdale. They also have the senior lunch and workout building over in Calumet City. If we don't have insurance, how are those being facilitated? How are they still open? I saw the Thornton Township bus yesterday. I was telling y'all, I haven't seen it today. So I don't know if they stopped the bus service, but I do have a neighbor that usually catch the bus. So this is real, or was it the day before yesterday? I think it was Tuesday. I saw the bus. So I probably haven't seen the bus for 2 days. So this is interesting because we are the only ones that suffer, the residents. All this infighting, everybody want to be yelling at each other, screaming at each other, calling people names, bullying each other, lying on each other. Okay. I don't even, I don't even get it. I don't even get it. And the residents are the one that will have to pick up the pieces in the long run. So that's just my thoughts on everything. I did not. I actually for once agreed with that decision today because I I I don't understand why we would recycle. And I don't know Burge personally. I just know he was already the chief of police in Dolton once before. Why we just can't do they do this in other police stations, you guys who know? Why we just can't promote from within? Who's next in line? Isn't it seniority? Who has the real credentials to be the chief? Someone that is licensed, that can carry on the role. We had acting chiefs. We've had acting chiefs in the past. Why we can't have an acting chief now? You know, okay, I'll play devil's advocate. Maybe none of them want it. They probably like, no, not me. It could be like, no, not me. I don't want to be the chief. Like, no, you do it, not me. You do it. It could be something like that behind the scenes. I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot. I know who the highest ranking officer is, Gus. Hey, Gus, but I don't know if he wanted, because remember that when Keith Freeman released the name of the officer they were going to promote, remember, as village administrator, and then Tiffany challenged it. And so we're still lacking in the community. So let's go on to other news. As of tomorrow, now this is when y'all gonna hate me. Y'all get ready to get mad now. Everybody gonna get mad. They about to throw tomatoes now, y'all. So I was okay with the decision today. I was okay with the decision today. So I just wanted to let y'all know. So here y'all go. Get ready to fight me already. So tomorrow, Thornton Township, okay? Let's go to Thornton Township. So you guys that's following, we have to keep it separate. I know it's kind of confusing, which is probably why now when we look at it, it's a lot of things going on. Okay. So Tiff, I have to do it. Okay. Big bingo. Okay. Me, now regarding big bingo, you know how I feel about it. People think it was, I remember we thought it was just for the seniors. I started to see that no, it was more than just for the seniors. It's for adults that also disabled adults as well. So it's a bus of a school with older adults that have challenges, and I'm trying to say it the correct way. They have challenges, maybe a mental challenge, and they come to Big Bingo, and it's their outing it's their outing, and I have a soft spot in my heart for that. Okay. So it's a venue change. Now, this is my problem with this. This is when I get in trouble. Okay. If we got the venue change for Big Bingo up there, we should have a list of what services are closed and open. Like, it's the priorities for me. Like, if I'm sitting here at home and I heard that Thornton Township is on the news that it's closed, right? I feel like if it's closed, let us know. Like, why don't we have it? That should be number one. Okay. Anyway, so let's go to the next thing. But we have the Thornton Township Officers Electoral Board meeting tomorrow, right? Which is interesting. Okay. So it's tomorrow at Blueberry Field Restaurant. Okay, y'all write down everything you got to follow. You have to follow tomorrow. So tomorrow at 2:00, the issuance of written decision. They have a decision for Sheila Ashley versus Corinne Davis. Okay, it's a call to order. It's a roll call. That's up, and it's at Blueberry Field. So that would be tomorrow at 2:00. Now, this is the problem. Now, it's right here with legal notice. Now, this is the problem. We also have a special meeting the trustees called December 20th. That's also tomorrow at 12:30. Okay, at 12:30. It's going to be over in Dolton. So let's go on. Thank you to the clerk's office for always making sure. That's one thing I like about the clerk's office over here. They do their best to make sure, from what I can see, that we got everything we need to follow through if we have a question. So this is the Board of Trustees special meeting. Okay. So everything is basically on the agenda except for them appointing the Jerry Jones seat. And that's really the main battle. Okay. So that's at 12:30 tomorrow at the Lester Long Fieldhouse in Dolton, Illinois. Okay. I don't know if this is an issue for anyone else. Thank you, Real Magnolia. Special needs. Thank you. Thank you. So Tracy says they love booking the residents, so y'all run around. Double booking. Yes, we're double book for sure. So I don't know if this is an issue for you guys. I just see it in the future getting a little tricky and a little sticky. Okay, hear me out. We're talking about Thornton Township now. The board, because the doors are closed to the village of Dolton. I mean, I messed up, y'all. The doors are closed to the township of Thornton. They have to have a meeting somewhere else. Where did they choose? Out of 17 municipalities now, could have went to Lansing, could have went to Robbins, you could have went to Harvey, we could have went anywhere else. They're going where? The Lester Long Fieldhouse in Dolton. Okay. Again, 12:30. Now, this politically, I think it's going to get a little sticky down the road, because why is everyone going to this Dolton Fieldhouse for everything? Now, morally, the trustees like Carmen and Chris, they're going to have the support of the community because it's in Dolton, and they support the Dolton trustees and vice versa. How do the park district get mixed into this once again? So now we're hosting the Lori Lightfoot meetings, we're hosting the Dolton trustees meeting, and now we're hosting the Thornton Township meetings. I don't know. Keep your eye on it. It's just kind of weird. So that's tomorrow at 12:30. So cha-ching, Park District, another check for you. Now your check come from the township. But okay, so now let's get to the part where you like, okay, Berg, what's up? Okay, I see what you're saying, but what's up with this? I think I'm only mad about one thing. Guess what? We had to pay the lawyer again. Here you go. Like I said, money, money, money. The lawyer who sat next to Tiffany at the Thornton Township meeting, he got paid. Okay. Tiffany J with Tiffany Jaworski, she was the electoral board lawyer, right? She was there that morning from what's our guy name? Michael Delgado, Bentley, right? She got paid that morning. Then guess what? So now that was the 17th. Y'all writing it down with me? You writing it down. So Tiffany J was in there getting paid as a lawyer from the electoral board 10 to 5. Then the lawyer that don't even move, I still do not know his name. He got paid from 5 to 9, right? Now tomorrow at Blueberry Field, guess who's in charge of the electoral board again? Tiffany J. Cha-ching. Delgado, Bentley. And then when we go to the field house, guess who got to be the lawyer over there? Guess who get paid again? The lawyer that don't even move, he's back again. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the player. Is anybody anybody else? Is this thing, what do Shay say? Is this thing on me? Anybody else? Do not hate the player, hate the game. I mean, you can't make it up. Hey there, World Christian and Magnolia. No, like seriously, if you really paying attention to the board meetings, the electoral board, we had Tiffany. What do you call it, Tracy? Lawyer Tiff. Tiffany J was there. She got to come back tomorrow. Delgado group. She got to come back tomorrow for their hearing at the Blueberry Field. And then the lawyer that don't move, that stand next to Tiffany, if Tiffany shows up to the 12:30 special meeting, he got to show up again. Cha-ching. Merry Christmas to them. Merry Christmas to them. It's on the Hey, there, well, question. What's going on? So, Shauna, I did not follow the rent story. I heard about it. I heard about it, but I didn't follow the rent story. From what I know, we were in the meeting, and Tiffany was at the meeting with us, and it got continued. So I really can't confirm or deny if Miss Janetta got her money or not. I really didn't follow that story because it seemed like it was some things just missing there. And I'm not saying Miss Janetta's telling a fib, and I'm not saying Tiffany's telling a fib. I'm just confused on the whole thing. If you really want my personal opinion, I think that if you're a mayor, you should have a permanent stake in the community, maybe own your home. I understand Tiffany has rental properties, and we already been through that drama, and she grew here. But I think that even like with the Andrew Holmes situation, where people are renting and they don't have to, nothing against renters at all. But it used to be back in the day, the people had to we had to know they were going to stay here. They had to have a home bought here or a building bought here. You know what I mean? And that way it was sort of like, okay, they're going to be here for the long haul. A month-to-month renter's lease, from what I understand, that's as far as I got. That's when I cut the story off. A month-to-month lease from a landlord for a mayor is strange to me. So that's my statement on that. That's all I got. I was like, that means she can get up and go at any time, you know? Yeah. Lawyer Tiff is good. Hey, Brandon. Yeah, all the firms make them. I said, what can we say? Delgado is like, yeah, I'm gonna withdraw from the cases myself because I don't feel like driving out here to the suburbs on the south side all the time. But I'm gonna keep my crew up in here to still collect the money. And you know, before y'all even look, before y'all, Tiffany, Lawyer Tiff, before you come over here trying to.
I got some clothes. I got some jewelry. The rest I got tied up in investments. I ain't got nothing else.
Before you sue me, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got it. Y'all hit the like button. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it's like we keep on getting the story with no conclusion. But you know what? Side note, not talking about Tiffany. This is the bad time for landlords at this time because during the holidays, you know, everybody's going on vacation, continuous. It's too cold to put somebody out. It's too cold to cut off heat. You know, it's different laws here in Illinois for different things, right? Month to month is always more expensive because of the gap it could take to find another tenant. It is. And wasn't that rent like $2,400 or something like that? And then, because it got to be hard to rent a house, because if she still has a mortgage on a house and then you rent it, you got to double up. You know what I mean? Then you got the property taxes are so high, and it's just insane. It's insane. Thanks, Real Magnolia. So yeah, back to the lawyers. The lawyers are like, keep fighting. Oh yeah, I can file that. I can do that. Did you notice the article of because what happened to the Blues Brothers, y'all? Where did they go? They just like I don't know how any, like, we know we don't know anything. You know what I mean? We don't know anything other than what people tell us, what we see, stuff like that, right? But I don't see how anyone can't just look at all sides like, nah, some ain't right here. Something's not adding up. Something's just not adding up. But where did they go? These guys right here. Where did they go? What, I was scared when they came. My goodness. Well, Instatran, hello. No, it can't be. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Dolton and Thornton Township is different. So wouldn't that be different? Now I know for Dolton that's where they said it, but did they set it for Thornton Township? You know what I mean? I think it was just for Dolton. I think it was just for Dolton. But here we are at last. Cha-ching Park District. So what happened to those guys? Remember them? Remember the guys with the matching pinstripe suits that came in there? And they came for like 2 meetings, and you know Bo is expensive. And the other guy, wouldn't they like the something with R. Kelly? Something happened, some with a defense, something. And it was interesting. Oh, thank you so much, dear Woke Christian. I enjoy your channel. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening. It's really hard to listen. What electricity, what's the electricity conscious? What we miss? Yeah, it's hard to listen when you only seeing you know, what you see in the media. And I think that's why I come under fire a lot, because I'm like, well, actually, I'll never forget that day when they were like, Keith Freeman, he didn't have a key. And it was that morning that I got there super early to pay my water bill. He used that fob and walked right in. I was like, wait a minute now. I just saw on my timeline that Keith Freeman didn't have a key. So it's kind of hard. So that's why I'm like, let me just shush. Like, I don't want to be swimming with the fishes, because I'm telling y'all what's happening. Someone said there was no electricity because of the building closed. Oh, you know what? I think the young lady was saying that she needed help with her electricity, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. But the building was lit up, because I had to pass that way yesterday. And now unless that happened today, the building was still lit up. I'm gonna tell you, the lights that are off, that Dolton police sign, Conscious, the light, thanks to you, the lights finally went off of that. I believe it was you in my head. Like, I think that you saying something about the lights. If you notice, the lights are off, and it looks like they're paying less for Melanie Fitness over there than they were. Because I don't know what was going on in Melanie Fitness, but it would be people in there, and I don't know what they were doing. I didn't know if they were remodeling or whatever. And now finally the lights are off. So that's pretty interesting. Just a little inside tea. I never knew why they had that light, Dolton police and big lights, and there's no directions to the real police station. It was just silly to me. Let's see. I'm from Decatur, Illinois, and we have bingo. Our top pay was $5,000. What? That's big for bingo. No gifts. We also have a work center for special needs. That's beautiful. We need something like that. We need something like that. Oh, that's great. Now, see, that's what I don't understand about the big bingo, because if you guys didn't know, back in the day, Frank Zuccarelli, he had like he had games, but it wasn't like bingo. It was like pinochle, bid whist. It was those kind of games, and people would win little things here and there. But I think that the marketing Tiffany did and how big it became made it big bingo. That's why I want to go over a few things. And like I said, me and Conscious have something in the works, because I want to go over the paperwork with you guys. Because I think a lot of times we just argue over what we heard or rumors, and people feel like if one person is, this is what I'm starting to see, because I talked to someone that used to hate my guts, and now they're another channel, and we're talking behind the scenes, and what they told me was they felt like my opinion, me here, would bring down the whole everything that everyone for Dolton worked hard for to get rid of Tiffany. I said, so me, not the FBI investigations, not the corruptions, nothing else. Me saying, you know, I see both sides. Y'all feel like that's going to bring down the whole house. And she really felt that way in real life. And I said, no, I live in Thornton Township. Why would I want to stop any progress for anyone? I don't understand. However, if I see something, I'm going to say something, and some things just don't add up. I'm just asking a question. And when are we going to get down to what, like Martin G. Johnson asked yesterday, what did she steal? Now, we heard it direct. I'm not going to answer that. Okay. So I guess we have to wait. I really feel like the infighting, the arguing, the back and forth makes a lot of people who might want to help and investigate see how messy it is and say, nah. That's why Lori, like, I'll get to y'all when I get to y'all. January, February, whenever I get there, y'all gonna be happy, because it's gonna be something for you to put on your YouTube and for you to get some clicks and views. That's basically what's happening. We really don't have the answers. Conscious gave us the breakdown of the warrant list of what was the Amazon list is itemized. It's itemized, and that came directly from Jason House. So y'all know what was on the warrant list. I think they just combined all the numbers and made it that $40,000 one day purchase. You can look at the warrant list and see exactly what was purchased. And it was a lot of stuff purchased. I'm more concerned about the food than the Amazon. At least they could use the staplers and the inks and all that stuff that went into our taxpayer dollar. But I didn't get no part of the corn cups for $2,400, okay? And I have to pay for that as a taxpayer. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. So you guys, we just have to work together. I always pray for everybody involved, because let me tell you, I don't know your story. I don't know what you've been through. I only know what you told me that you've been through. But I know one thing, the ugliness and the cattiness and the bullying, it just needs to stop, and maybe keep the focus on helping people that are really affected head on by Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard didn't do nothing to Burgundy Blue. She didn't. So, but you guys are saying that Tiffany Henyard affected other people's lives, and why don't you put the focus over there and make sure that those people are okay, especially during this difficult time of the holiday season. I only can tell you what I experienced. I feel bad that 100 people may be laid off at Thornton Township if this doesn't get straightened out with the insurance. I feel awful. People depend on their money. Let's rewind. I also feel bad when Miss Sandra Tracy explained to us that her and over 100 other people were laid off. Okay. That's just where I am. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I feel bad both ways. I think neither is right. Neither way was right. Those people to lose their job or the new people to lose their job. It's just people trying to work every day. Not the high profile people, but the people that just come in, they signing in a sign-in sheet, the security guards, the people that worked hard every day, and they don't want to get involved in the politics of it. Now they can't work. The people who do need the food, because it's mighty funny. It's mighty funny. All of a sudden, everybody at the microphone, I make 6 figures. I give you your money. We have about 3 food pantries in the area or more. I was listening to Dear Woke Christian. Paul brought up one in Lansing. That was a good interview, Dear Woke Christian. So you got Lansing has a food pantry. Different churches have food pantries. We have the Free and Deed food pantry in Dolton. You got the one in Harvey. Then you have the huge Thornton Township one. And don't forget on that referendum when they asked us, do we need another food pantry or soup kitchen? It was voted yes. It was voted yes. Okay. We are a community in need. Now, you might not need a food box, but it's a lot of people that do. And the food boxes just did not start with Tiffany Henyard. But I will say Tiffany made it super known to a lot of different people that didn't know. I didn't know you could go up there and get your light bill paid, and I had no idea. And your kids could go after school. I did not know that, you know. So that's very interesting to see. I know that we all want to think other people's lives are our lives, but that's not the case. People need help. And this holiday season, because of the infighting of Thornton Township, people may not get the help. The toy drive is gone. All that craziness, right? It's people that really are stuck in the middle, whether you want to believe it or not. It's just not about these individual or the people you see highlighted on the news. It's a lot more than that small group, okay? And I always say, I don't know what people been through individually, but I know that it's bigger than that, okay? Yes, it is. It's income restrictions and all type of things. Oh, that's true, Pearls. Pearls, thanks for that. I didn't get that. It was like when she said, that's what we'll ask Conscious about too, because she has more communication with Jason House than I've ever seen anyone have. So that's pretty cool that he is being transparent and answering her. Okay. So that's interesting. Yeah, it is income restrictions and things of that nature. Yep. Yeah, it's like this whole, and you know what I wish it was more explanations on what actually needs to be, what can be done. Like the videos need to come out about, hey, even if you don't want to hear, like people are like, oh, well, we pay for that. Tiffany don't pay for that. It's people that just going to have tunnel vision and they just want to hear how they can get help in these hard times. And I'm wishing that it could be more explanations about that. You know what I mean? It's still a community in need. And I just wanted to share that part about it. I hope tomorrow it can be worked out. Now, wait a minute. 12:30 tomorrow. We're supposed to be at the Lester Long Field House in Dolton for the Thornton Township's Carmen Carlisle, Chris Gonzalez called that meeting, and it has the agenda. If they go through the agenda, it's going to be a pretty long meeting. I think it would be really cool if I know some people listen to me that's in the area. If it could be an email sent out. Tiffany, you obviously saw the agenda. The trustees, they obviously saw the agenda. Sort that out via email so it's no back and forth the entire time. We know which way Chris and Carmen are going to go. They're going to go together. Darlene has to show up for it to be a quorum as well. So let's pray Miss Darlene shows up. And then you got Tiffany. They're going to vote. It's going to be like that. Let's see if we could put the appointment of Jerry to the side just until after the holidays. I know it's an important thing, but if we could do it for the next board meeting, let's just do it. I'm not a politician. I don't know how harsh that would affect the community any further than it already has. Let's stop. Also, shout out to Trina Downs. She brought something up to our attention at the last board meeting that nobody answered. Jerry Jones was also the treasurer. So who's the treasurer now? It's almost like what goes on in Dolton. Like Tangenique was the finance director and she just disappeared and nobody said nothing. Now we don't have a chief of staff in Dolton. Who's the chief? We don't know what's going on. That's gone. Keith Freeman is the remote village administrator. Okay, so that means he see the day-to-day of everything, but he really not seeing a day-to-day because he don't even live in Thornton Township or Dolton. We in danger, girl. We in danger. Pearl, send some help. Somebody send some help. Yes, in some cases, yep, the clerk can break the tie. In Thornton Township, yep. Yes, very true. Oh, hey you. Thanks for being here. So you guys enjoy your Thursday. Be kind to one another because the stuff that people be saying, it be outrageous. Like sometimes my email is going off all the time. Like, Berg, did you say that? Berg, did you say that? No, I didn't say that. But thanks for even checking with me. Y'all, don't fall for the salaciousness. Leave me out of it. Other people, look and see and double check yourself. Look and see, double check your facts. Don't use people as sources if you can help it, because they're one-sided sources a lot of times. If you're going to have a source from one side, get a source from another side. Get both sources. That's all. And then you come up with your own thoughts on the matter. It's a lot of mess going on, but think about the residents. Like I said, I get it. My YouTube channel would be booming if I just was like, y'all, I saw Tiffany with a bonnet today. Here go her, and come on. Around the corner. I would have 100,000 followers just showing y'all around what's going on. But I think people deserve their privacy no matter what, even public figures. And just double check everything. Like, I think the one that annoys me the most, even though I'm really proud of my friends and my home girls and stuff like that, is that one when they tried to say I was showing Kiana Belcher address. She's a public official, number one. Number two, you hear me in the video when I get the paperwork, I'm thinking the paperwork is a warrant list. It's a pile of stuff on Kiana Belcher. I said, oh, okay. Well, don't show this. And it wasn't even on my channel. Y'all went and blamed me to the end of the time. Stop doing that, y'all. Stop doing that. Follow through. If you're gonna report on something, follow through on the whole report. It's okay. The messiness help a lot of people channels grow. Some people just spit straight facts and let you come up with your own conclusion. Those are the channels I choose to watch. But when it gets to affecting residents' lives, people that are here, that are private citizens who don't want to be in front of the camera. Y'all ain't never seen Burgundy Blue shove her face in front of nobody camera. Every time I'm around, the news is like, can we interview you? Can we do that? No. You're a resident. Can you get a statement? No. That's not what I wanted to do. My YouTube channel was here before Tiffany, but I love bringing the news to you guys the best way I can, so you can form your own educated opinion during this time. Don't forget, in Dolton, who we got? We have Trustee Jason House running for mayor. We have Mayor Hinyard running for mayor, and now we have in April, whoever, if Tiffany win or if Jason win, one of them have to face off the independent Miss Cassandra Hobson Jordan. I think I'm saying it right. You got that. When you go over to Thornton Township, nobody talk about it. Chris Clark, they got on the ballot. We have to break this down. How did Chris Clark, hey, Reality Check TV, hey, chaos. Reality Check 12:30 tomorrow at the 12:30 p.m. at the field house. It's a meeting, so just letting you know. You know I always fill you in with your little schedule. Hope to see you there. So this is the thing. Thanks, Mr. Tran. I see you. Gardis. Yeah. It's too much going on, Pearls. It's too much. Okay, so when we go to Thornton Township, don't forget you got options there. Chris Clark is on the ballot. Now, I have to do my research because I can't figure out how. I know you guys broke it down that Chris Clark, the mayor of Harvey, had his own party, right? So he doesn't have to participate in the DOTS party, right? So he doesn't have a full slate. So how is he on the ballot? I am so confused by that because y'all was saying that Tiffany didn't have a assessor, so she couldn't be on the ballot. And for what I looked at his slate, I didn't see him have a full slate either, but he's on the ballot. And he didn't have to participate in the caucus. So I really want to look into that, because did her people fail her? If it was another way to file around it, why could, if it was a caucus, why she couldn't just be, well, she was already a registered Democrat, so I get that part. So we have to break that down. So Chris Clark is on the ballot, right? Now you got from Chris Clark being on the ballot, we got him. And then we have Tiffany's not on the ballot, but she's still going to fight. Nate Fields is an independent. He has a chance. His hearing is December the 30th. He has a chance to possibly be on the ballot. And then we have the Republicans on the ballot. So and then we have Napoleon Harris. I'm sorry. He's on the ballot. So it's up for grabs. The township, the most popular name is Napoleon Harris on the entire group. But people looking at how Nate Fields is kind of fighting, and it's really getting the buzz out here. People are talking about Nate Fields. Where did his GoFundMe go, y'all? Did we see his GoFundMe? Let's see. Let me see. Because he was at 500. He needed a lawyer. Man, Nate got to $600 already on his GoFundMe. So people are whispering in the streets about that. They like, well, why is he being challenged so hard? Like, he's really technically not experienced. So why are they hitting him? So they hit him, they dropped the challenge with Chris Clark. So they dropped that challenge, and it was like he got contested like 5 times to get off the ballot. So he has a chance. He still has to fight, but he needs a lawyer. So people are really looking like, oh, he unexperienced, he's young, but it's really weird that they challenging him this hard, isn't it? What do y'all think about? Okay, Instatrend said the full slate only applies to either Democratic or Republican Party if they choose. The Republican Party chose to remove the assessor. Thanks for that. So which party was Chris Clark in? If you don't mind, that's pretty interesting. Hey, Douglas. Sure. My email is burgundybluecommentary@gmail.com. Yeah, it's something weird with Nate, man. Like, I'm not no conspiracy theorist like that. But I was like, man, they put a lot of energy in contesting him. And I thought he would be the least one you're concerned about because he had no experience in the politics. Now, let's not forget, Nate Fields he was listed as Zuccarelli's son in Zuccarelli obituary. Now, I don't know about so is it the people that knew how close Nate Fields would have to maybe some outside of support? So we didn't see no real support show up. Like me, I was boots on the ground, just saying what I saw. Nate has come to our camera before and said, I'm really out here by myself. So I did see Stephanie Wiedemann support him, which I thought was really cool to do, because despite them being like him being independent and her being part of the dots, she still supported a friend. And I value stuff like that. I think that was awesome. So Nate was there by himself. But this is my thing. Zuccarelli was such a powerhouse outside of Thornton Township. We might not see no support right now, but if Nate get on that ballot, what if it's some state people or some bigger people that will remember, hey, this is the guy that was listed as Zuccarelli's son in his obituary. He was like taking care of Zuccarelli. What if it's people on the outside that will remember that and help him fight once he get on the ballot? You know, it's always like an underdog story. I don't know. It's something weird there, the way they fight. Yeah, he's independent. Right. Where's Big Mike? Yeah. 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 And the name of it's the Thornton Township Reform Party. Okay, thank you, Goddess, for reminding me again. Okay. Oh, wow. Ain't this is intense. Thank you. Thanks, Instatran. Thanks, Kevin. Y'all, we filling in for Big Mike over here. We're doing that. So here's Nate Fields' link for his fundraiser to I just want y'all to be informed on everybody. We don't know if Tiffany will be on the ballot, right? We don't know if because she's going to court and she had her own group fighting for her to be on the ballot. I don't know. I know what you guys are saying about the caucus, and the caucus is what it is. I think the tricky part might be, in my opinion, that party ahead of the caucus. Like that little bit, I was there. So I've never changed my decision on how I felt that day. My decision is I think we all should have gotten in to vote. I think it shouldn't have been a pick and choose of who could get in. It was people outside on both sides. I was out there ahead of time. No Tiffany people did not come late. If you were there early, you did not get into the party. When the party ended, the people didn't let out. And that's just what it is. I mean, it's nothing else. I mean, like we've always said, if you want to say that Napoleon beat Tiffany at her own game, I get it. I'm not arguing with you there. Do I think if Tiffany was in Napoleon position, would she have did it? Possibly. I'm not arguing with you there. I've been locked out of Dolton and I've been locked out of Thornton. Okay. I've been locked out the Park District. Okay. I've been locked out of everything. So I get it. What I'm saying is that might be a little tricky. So we'll see. But I don't really have faith in Max Solomon. It kind of my faith in Max Solomon, I feel like he's just spread too thin. I think he's all over the place. I'm seeing him so much now, and I just think the caseload is a lot for him. I'm kind of losing faith in what he could do. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Hey, Keith, it's good to see you. Yeah, it was look, Douglas. Do you ever see me out here arguing with you? No, I can't do nothing but put my head. Don't let Big Arb into the chat. I'll be like, you told me so. You told me so. But okay, so that's when I think it's gonna get tricky where they did leave us locked out, and it's proof of that. That is true. We could debate it all day. We were locked out. And then I also was that so your right to participate in the caucus was taken away. Now, I don't know what kind of meeting violations that was, or if it even applies to the caucus. That's going to be something for the lawyers to decide. Maybe everything was fair and square. I do not know when it gets to the caucus rules. I can't get to that. What else I want to say? But I do think it was a sneaky way to do things. I do. But hey, politics can't say nothing. The last thing I want to say is, when it comes to the caucus, I was out there. I told you guys, and I repeat, I saw my friends that I knew from high school. They were there in support of Napoleon. They heard about the caucus. That's all. They said, oh, we supposed to come vote? We got the text message. So we're here at the caucus. They were there. They had their mom in the car because it was so cold. And they had to check on their mom or whatever. But it was so cold, they stayed in the car. I could count for them that they were not just there to vote for Tiffany, but they wanted to vote. So I think that's what sucks about the caucus. It was both sides out there. And I think it just would have been a great time for Napoleon to show he would do people different than Tiffany. Because the only thing that happened was the people that was locked outside, this time they got to sit at tables. So the people that was normally locked outside of Dolton, now they're inside. Now we locked outside. They're not coming to get us either. So, hey, it's just merry-go-round and round and round, honey, man. It's a mess. Thank you, Gardis. Gardis says the caucus does not apply to the Open Meetings Act. There we go. There we go. don't know about this. I get your comment. So Kevin said the judge has to believe that it was illegal, and trust me, Harris' attorney probably ensured that it was legal. Okay. This is when I always play the OJs, like money, money, money. Who was the attorney? Anybody know who the attorney was for Napoleon that night at the caucus? Who was the attorney? Anybody? I'm gonna let y'all put in the comments. Put in the comments.
I got some clothes. I got some jewelry. The rest I got tied up in investments. I ain't got nothing else.
Gold star for Brandon. Once again, what artist? Once again. Who get paid, y'all? So I feel you, Kevin. Once again, Bert, the attorney for the trustees, the school board. Well, it was one school board he not the attorney for no more. Was that 149? Bert went from the school board to Napoleon Harris, the top of the top in the state. And now he got the Dolton trustees. Baby, you can't Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and everything. Dinner on Bert and Delgado. Dinner on Bert and Delgado for the brilliance. the thing that is brilliant. They sold up the whole thing. The whole thing. Delgado and Odelson has the entire south suburbs on lock. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Woo. Hey, I don't hate the player. Okay. I don't hate the player, baby. It ain't his fault. But yeah. So we just have to see what happens in the long run. Hey, he put that law degree to work. 52 years. He said, look, I'm gonna get some. What Denzel say, y'all? I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving. Bert, like I'm leaving here with something, y'all. Yeah, the law firms are the real winners. Yeah. Big bank. Oh, that's what we're gonna start calling him. Big Bank Odelson. Yeah, it's really interesting. So, this is politics. It's the name of the game. A lot of this stuff comes with the seat, and that's why I stay, like, I pray for everybody involved, because I look at some people, even the regular people that have just first got involved in politics, because if y'all didn't know, the Thornton Township meetings, crickets and tumbleweeds was going through there. And and then when you go to the Dolton meetings, you could see the old meetings. It was like 8 people in there, and you probably know the same people, right? So even the people I see that are now getting involved in it, you know what I mean? They're so stressed, and it's just the human in me being like, I hope they be okay, because I don't know what happens behind the scenes. I only tell y'all what I see. And a lot of people are just getting super stressed, super worked up. And it's like, y'all, God is in control. Faith with work. Okay. So as long as you put in the work, as long as you're doing what you need to do, moving forward, and you have the faith, things going to work out for real. But if you're doing underhanded stuff and trying to be sneaky, you might get catched. You might throw the ball in somebody else's court if they're playing things the righteous way. So I just want people to keep that in mind. You guys, that's all I got. We was long-winded today. What happened? I missed it. Thank you so much, Scott, for catching whatever I missed. Thank you so much. It's a trend. I see you. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, you want to come up, Conscious? Okay, wait, before I go, we got a special guest. Okay, Conscious, come on up. Let me put a link in the chat for you. There you go. You can hit the link when you're ready, Conscious. So Conscious has something to say before we get out of here. If you can, like, comment, and subscribe. Support the small YouTube channels. I appreciate you guys. And if you can, we have Cash App over here. If you can, hit the Cash App. And we usually set a $20 goal for the live streams, but you being here is enough. Conscious, are you ready? Okay, Scott, thank you for holding it down. I'm sorry I missed it. Let's please be kind in the chat. And let me tell you something. Scott is one of my trusted moderators. I trust him. Thank you, Scott. Okay, bringing you up, Conscious.
Okay. All right. I'm in the show.
You're here.
What is that avatar?
I don't know. It's yours. I don't know. You want me to take it down right quick? Let me see. Hold on. Okay, there you are. I didn't know if you're okay. I don't know what that is. It looked like it was just, well, your camera's not on, so that's good enough. You still, we don't know who you are.
Instran, you're emailing me making demands that you want to debate in a group, and I'm not understanding you because you're emailing me and I can't speak for other people. And I hope you're still in the comments because we have shared about 20 messages back and forth and you're distracting me from my work. So please put in the chat, what do you want? I'm not quite sure what it is. You put my name in the Lansing Journal for some reason, but then you say Burgundy Blue has blocked me and I want a debate. And then you write down, if you're not cowards. Actually, you started out one email like that, if you're not cowards. That's a stupid thing to do. If you want to have a respectful debate like you say you do, then what are you starting out with if you're not cowards? That's a really stupid thing to say to me. And it was a really stupid thing to put me in the Lansing Journal. So come on up. You want, I don't know what you want. You want something. I don't know what it is. Is he chatting or something, Berg? Am I on? Uh-oh. Did I just go through that all for nothing?
No, you're here. That's me staying muted.
Okay.
Okay. So what I think, yeah, Instatran. Here's the link if you want to come up because I got the email too. So I'm not for I don't mind saying this out loud. I'm not for debating. So I don't understand why we have to debate. Like, I just think we should have a conversation. I don't know. I'm not a debate team thing. I listen. I like to hear a rebuttal, but I mean, unless you want to have a discussion on I don't know if you want me to email you or what's the deal, because I'm confusion when it comes to that. So I'm with you on that. My goal is to make sure that everybody knows what's going on from my point of view. Just from my point of view. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? So I don't know. But I didn't see them call in yet, Conscious. So maybe they'll email back.
I don't know. It's just like 20 emails back and forth.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, what do you want from me? He wants to have a respectful debate with the group, and he stresses the group.
Oh, okay.
And I am just not certain because I just figured out StreamYard, and I said, if you want to ask me any questions, anything at all, I'll put up a live and you can ask me anything you want to. Apparently, he does not have the capability to get online. I'm not quite sure how this is working.
Oh, that sounds like catfish. That's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, it's weird. But he starts out one email, and I'm gonna screenshot it. It being, if you're not cowards, what is wrong with people? If you want a respectful debate, then you have to start out respectfully. I don't know. I don't get it. But this tit for tat bullshit, sorry. This tit for tat is just ridiculous. You want to have a debate, but you have to have it with the group. And then you call me cowards. You say, if you're not cowards.
Oh, well, this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say. When you're covering this story, it picks up so many different kind of energies, and people are really emotional over it. So I know you're just new to YouTube, and I had to learn the same way. Don't let it bother you. You opened up the invitation for, you were willing to have a debate. I really don't understand why I gotta debate anybody, because I can't debate on stuff I'm living. So I'm just like, hey, my opinion is my opinion, your opinion is your opinion, and that's it. But you came up here at least to address it, and hopefully they heard you and then they'll get back to you. But yeah, this story attracts a lot of energies. But yeah, I did see the mention in the Lansing Journal, and it was kind of we talked about it. I was like, wait a minute, what I do?
What? Yeah.
What you do? What you do? You didn't do anything either.
And of course, I never got any receipts about any of our conversations that I've had with this person. But what do you want to debate? You won't, even tell me. So I'm not going to do this back and forth with somebody who is being very demanding, calls me a coward, will not get in this chat right now, will not click on the link to come in.
Yeah.
And I said, debate, but what do you want to debate?
No, don't worry about it. And I'm looking forward to us to doing the little hit the little warrant list. Thanks for getting the warrant list and doing the history of that and dealing with facts and getting the word out to more people, because the residents here really appreciate that. So we appreciate you for all that hard work. So don't waste your time on this, because we need you to keep on getting the warrant list for us, please.
Oh yeah, I mean, I pretty much got them all now. But here he's back. He's back. He wants to provide accurate information on Tiffany's illegal actions. Okay, Instagram, if that's what you want to provide, why don't you just email me the information and I can make a video on that?
That's smart. Yeah, that would be great.
Why don't you do that? I get emails constantly from people with information, and I do videos on them after I have checked if they're accurate. So you want to debate that? It's not a debate. Because what you want is to give accurate information. That's not a debate. Nobody is debating or denying what is going on. So, hey, email me the information that you want to give, and I will do a video on it. I don't know what the debate is.
Well, thank you, Conscious. I appreciate you so much.
Okay, sorry.
Yep. No, you're good. You're good. I think that was a great answer. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Yep. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Conscious is such a sweetie, and when you guys get her wound up, and all she's doing is providing the facts. So we waited on Instatrend. I just didn't want that. I didn't want Conscious to have to keep asking, and I didn't want it to go too long. And Instatrend didn't call up yet. So that's a good resolution. Email the information. Even if you want to send me something, Instatrans, send it to me. I don't debate. I like to have discussions. That's fine. But I don't think it's anything to debate because election time is here. Here we go. You have your decision. Other people have their decisions. Just if you want any information to be shared, I have no problem sharing the information. Okay. And like I'm the same way with conscious. As long as I could fact check it. If I could fact check it, I'm not in the game of just putting out rumors or anything like that. Like you mentioned in the Lansing Journal. If you see something I said, put a comment below. Let's talk about it. I might pin your comment. But you're just saying I'm putting out false information. It's a lot of false information out there. And I don't think it's Burgundy Blue, the only person on YouTube putting out any information with Tiffany. But it's mighty funny that a lot of people feel like when you, if you're not agreeing with the group, if you're not in that group and you don't agree with the masses, you're putting out false information. But if it's something true and it's something I don't know, I love to ask. And I appreciate you guys answering without beating me up about it. Okay. Gardis, I keep on putting you out the group, and why are we a group? And it's so funny because they'll name us all like we're the Supremes or Gladys Knight and the Pips. They'll start with Burgundy Blue, then they add everybody that even say a kind word to me to the group. I'm like, these are independent thinkers. Gardis and I do not agree on the stuff. Gardis sets me straight all the time. I'll be like, but Gardis, what about this? Nope. This is why. Okay. And then I research and I say, oh, you're right. Thanks for telling me that. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. Yeah. The Jets. Yeah, you're kind of putting everybody in a group. But since because it's another young lady that was mentioned in the group. Where the Avengers. Then that came from Critical Smoker. Shout out to Choose Compassion. I think this is a great. Would you guys please subscribe to Choose Compassion? First of all, I love her voice. But Choose Compassion actually has a great video. I didn't finish it today because I wanted to watch it with you guys. And how I know it's great is because she usually finds she talks about the youth. I was talking to a resident today, and they said that the school board had a Christmas party. The school had a Christmas party the other day. And she was disappointed to see that none of our elected officials attended the school Christmas party, right? Scott. So she was shocked to see that none of the elected officials took time to join the Christmas party. But remember, I try to tell y'all a little history. I felt like that way with Shaw too. Like when Shaw was mayor, everything was for the elders, like the stepping, like somebody said this. Who said that the same kind of music? It had to be the stepping in the blues. We had event after event, party at the Dorchester, party at the fountain, nothing for the youth. Now Tiffany comes in, it's a lot for the youth. And people feel like it's overkill for the youth. But in the middle, if the kids are having Christmas pageants and we're all fighting over the school board now, we're fighting over this. Nobody even attend the little Christmas pageant and the cutesy stuff that the kids have going on. No one mentions the youth. When I went to the last board meeting in Munster, they had the young people from high school taking notes. It's part of their credits or whatever. And I think they have to go to like the board meeting, like their social study class. And I think that's so amazing. We never talk about the youth at our board meetings. Nothing about young people or anything. Only Tiffany. She is the only one that brings it up. So I think it needs to be more of that. Now, wait a minute. I want to say it correctly. Because thanks to All in the Queue, she was at that tea with the trustees that she wasn't supposed to take, that she wasn't supposed to live stream. But what I really appreciate, in one of her live streams, Tammy Brown mentioned it was an expungement. They were going to pick up expungement thing, and they were going to pick up people if they need to get their records expunged and all that stuff. And I said, man, did we hear that at the board meeting? Or has this been posted anywhere? And I just wish stuff was utilized properly for all the residents. And we did put a focus on the youth and things of that nature. Okay, let's go. All right, let's play our girl Choose Compassion video. I didn't watch it, but please subscribe to Choose Compassion. I really like where she goes with this, story, not just focus on anti-Tiffany. She goes other places. Okay, so let's take a look at what she had to say today. I didn't watch it, but let's subscribe to Choose Compassion. Let me get her link down here. And I appreciate y'all. Y'all really made my day. Teaching me some things. Teaching me some things today. It's things I didn't, because I didn't even know Chris Clark had his own party. I am stuck. I really want to look into this. We're going to have to do a video about this, because I thank you all who was commenting, like Instatran and Scott and Gardis, for telling me about the different parties, and if you're independent, and how the Republicans chose not to have an assessor on their slate. I really want to look into this, because this is my question now that I'm thinking about it. So did Tiffany people drop the ball? Like, she could have went in another different way instead of the caucus, because she had went in another way? Or was that her only option since she's a registered Democrat, and because they put the rules down? Just wondering how did he get on that ballot? I'm just that's just gonna bother me. So thanks, you guys. Maybe we'll have a nice live about that later, where y'all could call in and give us all of that. Okay, let's go. Shout out to Choose Compassion. Let's make sure we subscribe.
Everybody, we're out here in Harvey. Shout out Arnie's. I've seen a lot of things there, and I know a lot of things there. But I noticed throughout the township, there has been talk of seniors, and no one seems to be convinced that the youth are getting involved. So shout out Young Will. I have the trenches. Please like, subscribe. If you have any donations, please send them directly over there, because he does a great job of boots on the ground throughout the Chicagoland area.
I know he was doing good things for, the business he just came about with his job.
Absolutely.
And he told me the other day when I heard him say he ain't a politician because he told somebody on the phone. So I didn't know that, but
he ain't a politician, but he's a street savior.
Yeah.
So let's continue to look at this one example of how the youth, 30s, as I previously mentioned, are getting involved and how they are seeing what's going on.
Easiest thing, wow, when you change, you see who really with you. When you change, and that's why I understand, like, a lot of people can't go with you. Like, the people that you was with, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to go because they so used to the old you, they ain't used to the new you, the way you working now. A lot of people done lost people behind it. But at the end of the day, you can't bring that person back.
Nah, for sure.
And half of the people that's trolling and talk about the dead, they ain't even kill a person.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I can't get, that's like somebody back in the day you used to call your mama out the name, you be ready to fight. Like, it's the same thing. You feel me? So it's like you gotta be the bigger person.
Yeah, for sure.
And let's ask directly in Harvey how they feel about all the infighting as opposed to just getting together and talking to each other, or even about all this social media that certain people are claiming that's happening.
So at the end of the day, it's like, I don't judge nobody. I try to help, but I don't judge. And a lot of people need to stop judging. And you feel me? Y'all got to stop judging. And then you can't believe everything you see on Instagram. You feel me? Like, social media, like, it's just social media. It's entertainment. So long as I can keep you entertained, you're going to keep watching.
Nah, for real.
You feel me? Don't nobody care about the truth. Everybody care about the lie. So if you paint a picture where it's a lie, they rather hear the lie than the truth. You feel me? Because if I post positive stuff, don't get no likes. If I post some lying stuff, I get all the likes. But then you got to know how to deal with this social media. Like it ain't, it ain't for the weak. You feel me? A lot of stuff people do on the internet, man. Like trolling. See, I never really got into the trolling, like you feel me? Because like I never got into trolling because I don't do that. Like I'm the type of person you can pull up and talk to me, and that's why I feel a lot of people like they scared to do. But
now that is such a great point. Now, how about the neighborhood itself? How's that going?
So what can we do to change the mindset of the individual?
To give people something to do. Some people will go make some assisted living around here, whereas they can be located, and then make an area where they can go to that area with their link card or whatever and provide water in their houses.
Wow, so you say there's no water in the house?
In houses.
Wow.
Yeah, so, then you be wondering, why is this person so dirty looking and disgusting looking?
Mm-hmm.
There's no water. And if there's no water, apparently there's no electricity, so they ain't got nowhere to go. It's cold, bando.
You mean there is water and electricity needs in Harvey, which is in the township as well? It is cold and people need help, but you all cannot sit at a table to finish the business so people don't lose their lives? Trustees boycott a meeting, but people are in the cold with no water and no electricity.
And you're doing it. You know, they say God gave his toughest battles to what? The strongest soldiers.
It's the lawmakers. They should actually be made to come out here. Yeah. Have a look at the carnage they've caused. Take a look at all the blood. We're hamstrung by laws that are written by people that are so far away from this. What experience do they have? Why do they get to decide? No, it's wrong. And it's infuriating.
Indeed, real people with real faces and real needs. Until next time, sending love and light.
Thank you for that. Choose compassion. Thank you for taking the time to break the video down from Young Will, Eye of the Trenches. That's amazing. Now, this is what's really going on when you're real boots on the ground, not people standing up at the podium saying, I make six figures. That's not the case all the way. Some people need that help. And that's what Tiffany is talking about. Our tax dollars pay for it anyway. So if our tax dollars pay for it anyway, and now we don't have insurance to help other people, that sucks. And that's why I'm going to leave it. Now, I've also been on the other side. I'm going to say this. I want to talk about it here. It's certain things I'm looking at, and we'll discuss it tomorrow on the live. Like, how did we pass other things and we didn't pass this? I want to get to the bottom of that as well. I don't think that's just a Tiffany fault because the board had to approve it. So we have to get down to the nitty gritty, stop the fighting, help the people that need help. I understand we're fighting for positions and seats, but it's deeper than that, man. It's deeper than that. The politics, we're gonna lose everything. We're gonna lose the whole village to the state. It's gonna look crazy. All right, you guys, thanks for letting me be long-winded today. I appreciate you so much. And thanks for hearing us out. Thanks for hearing both sides of the story. Thanks for your comments. We don't always agree. But let me tell you one thing we do over here on Burgundy Blue Commentary, which is really cool. We keep people thinking. We keep the mind going. We keep thinking. All right, you guys.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
Take care of yourself and each other. Bye.
Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Commentary Comment Blue Commentary Comment Burgundy Blue.